once again saying that
Senators fault the increasing recurrent expenditure of federal government over the years and expressed concern that the government might end up borrowing for workers' salaries. I am Sharon Ebresomi, and welcome to yet another episode of NASS This Week, your weekly guide to the most important developments in and around the Nigerian National Assembly. Speaker of the House, Femi Gbajabiamila, his deputy, Ahmed Idris Wase, the majority and minority leaders and others have been awarded national honors by President Muhammadu Buhari. A total of 444 Nigerians, among them politicians, public officers, entertainers, security officers, businessmen, traditional rulers, members of the academia, retired public officers and religious leaders all received the prestigious national honors for the year 2022. The House on Wednesday passed through the second reading of the 20.51 trillion naira appropriation bill for the 2023 fiscal year, which was formally laid before the joint session of the National Assembly last Friday by President Muhammadu Buhari. Deputy Minority Leader Honorable Toby Okechukwu and Honorable Leke Abejide took turns to express grave concerns over the geometric increase in the fiscal deficit and a huge disparity between the 435 naira per dollar proposed exchange rate benchmark and 740 naira per dollar at the parallel market, as well as the 1.69 million oil benchmark. They lamented over the borrowing by the present administration and disagreed that the subsidy removal as announced by President Muhammadu Buhari shouldn't be early next year.
Now, coming to this budget, I want to dwell much on the exchange rate. Last year, we had 410.15 to a dollar. This year is pegged at 435.57 naira to a dollar. Now, when there is too much gap between the official exchange rate and the autonomous market rate, then you have the room for capital flight. Round tripping is common by leaving the gap to be so wide.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, the oil benchmark today, or the benchmark we have is, as per OPEC quota, is 169 barrels per day, 1.6 million barrels per day. Today, what we have, or what we have set out to do, is less than 1.8 that we should be doing. Unfortunately, the insecurity situation in the Niger Delta, the level of debt, and the haste that is going on in the oil industry has made this impossible. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I do not know where you set out a goal to harvest 1.8 million barrels of oil per day, and you come short of it 50%. Today we are doing 800. And if this economy is hemorrhaging, it is hemorrhaging to the effect that we are not able to achieve what we are supposed to do. And you begin to question, who are the superintendents? Suddenly, we are not able to meet up anything. Suddenly, we are discovering that a pipeline has been existing for the harvest of petroleum products, and it is not official. And they have a platform that is out there in the sea. Then we are supposed to have electronic security gadgets monitoring the sector. And suddenly, we are paying private contractors, security contractors, to do our supervision in the oil sector. And they are discovering, including shiploads of petroleum products. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, it is quite unfortunate that we have people superintending this, and it's happening in their very faces, and nobody has been sacked.
The House on Wednesday directed the Central Bank of Nigeria to suspend the sale of Polaris Bank PLC immediately. This was sequel to a motion by Rep. Henry Nwamuba at plenary. Mr. Nwamuba had argued that it would enable the Apex Bank, the NDIC, and the Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria to conclude all processes for an open competitive bid in line with the best practices and procedures. The Growth Initiative for Fiscal Transparency, GIFT, a project being implemented by OrderPaper Advocacy Initiative in conjunction with other cluster partners, has gotten the endorsement of the Senate Committee on Public Accounts, chaired by Senator Matthew Urogide. He hailed the GIFT initiative for its efforts at mounting sustained advocacy that is geared towards maintaining sanity in the country's public finance management system.
So we agree with you. You are what you are the watchdog. You are complementing efforts with us in National Assembly. All right. I mean, you should be able to talk to the chairman, the Senate Committee on Finance, that's Senator Olableko Adeola, because he's doing a lot of efforts to ensure that at least more resources or funds come into the coffers of government to be able to prosecute all the developmental projects that we have in mind. So on behalf of the committee, I want to thank you. You know, it's a good effort. Until you succeed, you don't give up. And the issues in a democracy like our own, with large population, and then with all the attendant forces contesting against our development, you too must be able to withstand so that you'll be able to go through, at least for the benefit of all of us. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
And now we've come to the end of this week's episode. Tune in next week for another insightful episode.
Those against any